Hi there, welcome back. Students in the UK often find it difficult to convert their degrees into actual jobs offering sponsorship at the end of their courses. The good thing is, of course, that the graduate visa is currently 2 years in the UK. But of course, it's always better to land that job in the UK as soon as you can so you don't have to worry about the clock ticking over those 2 years. And to be really honest, we don't really know what changes might be made to the graduate visa going ahead if it's going to change from 2 years. So all the more reason for you to land that job ASAP. And that's where the graduate scheme fits in because, to be honest, it might be the answer to all of your problems. And that's what we're discussing today. How the graduate scheme works, what schemes are open right now to help you land that job, where to find these schemes, and how to apply. I'm Ashika, and on this channel, we talk about moving across the world for that job or to study. And with that, let's dive in. So the graduate scheme is basically an entry-level training program that you can apply for if you have a degree. The program is designed to introduce you to multiple areas of the company and build up your experience and knowledge. They can last for anywhere from 1 to 2 years, but they can also go up to 4 years in some cases. Now, if you're wondering what you can expect in terms of a graduate scheme, here's the thing. It gives you hands-on experience of different areas of the company. It also gives you a chance to follow a structured training program and a route to develop your talent as a future leader at this company. And the program could either be focused on one role or split into different placements. For instance, you might be required to spend 6 months at a time in a company in different roles across different departments or even different locations. Now, the bottom line is you'll obviously need to be very flexible when it comes to this. Now, let's talk about the eligibility. While some companies only consider recent graduates, a lot of other companies are a lot more flexible and are open to anyone with a degree. But the thing is, you would need at least upper second class honors to get a place on a graduate scheme. Some companies even consider lower second class honors, but that only holds good if you have a very strong CV and they see a lot of potential in you. And of course, there are some companies that would require you to have the right to work in the UK while you are in or a part of a graduate scheme. So that's where your graduate visa comes in really handy. Now, typically after the graduate scheme is complete, you will be offered a full-time position at this organization and you will be attached to one role or one department. And that is typically based on the requirements of the company and where your skill sets would best be suited. In some cases, however, there are instances where you aren't offered a role at the end of your stint, and that's typically because either you've not managed to impress the managers or the hiring team in your company, or in case the company just cannot manage to retain all of the graduates that they had hired. Now, on the flip side, if you didn't like the company and you want to change while you're in this graduate program, things might get a little tricky. According to the High Flyers report in 2022, each position for a graduate scheme had about 39 applicants. So you have a lot of competition. And it basically indicates that the whole program is oversubscribed, which means that there's no guarantee you'll get another graduate scheme if you do manage to leave this one that you've already got. And while not all companies typically offer you a job at the end of your graduate scheme, there are some industries that are more likely to offer it to you. So you know what, if you want to hedge your bets, you should definitely consider these industries. Basically includes consulting, finance and banking, professional services, and tech. Now, before we move ahead, if you'd like to know more information on how you can land a job in the UK or pretty much any country in the world, or how you can study in any country in the world, I definitely recommend you hit that subscribe and click the bell icon for notifications. Let's talk about how much you can get paid. If you go by the High Flyers report, graduate starting salaries in the UK at leading graduate employers in 2022 had a median starting salary of £32,000. Now, while that might not seem like too much, 3 of the country's best-known graduate employers are paying salaries in excess of $50,000 in 2022. And a quarter of the country's top employers offered graduates starting salaries of more than $40,000, which basically places them above the median salary in the UK. But something you should keep in mind is that the top salaries are often in investment banking, so not everyone's offered that money. And if you're trying to figure out how much you can get paid, very often the postings already have the salary that's being offered, so you can check that. Now, if you take, for instance, the Retail Leaders Graduate Program 2024 offered by Marks & Spencer's, you'll see that they've mentioned the salary and they've also mentioned the cutoff date for the application, which is really important because you obviously want to get your application in before that. Now, let's break down how you can actually apply for these graduate schemes. The process, luckily, is rather straightforward. So the first thing you do is actually go and find this application, and you can either fill out the application form on the company's website or on the job portal from where you've seen this opening advertised. After this, some companies require you to have a psychometric online test. Once this is complete, you'll usually have a video interview with the team. If you clear this, you will be put through to the assessment center. This will be followed by a face-to-face interview if all goes well, and in some cases, if all goes well, you might also be asked to create a presentation on a certain topic. Now, it's important for you to remember that while these are largely the steps, some organizations might skip some steps, some might include a few more extra steps here and there, but this is the basic outline for it. Now, typically graduate schemes go up during summer and they continue until just before your final year of study. There are also graduate schemes that keep popping up throughout the year, so it's important for you to keep your eyes open. Many of them do have application deadlines for December though, so if you are interested in this, it's not too late. You can still apply. There are lots of programs that are still open. And if you don't know where to find these programs, it's really simple. You don't have to worry too much about it. Obviously, start off with good old Google, and it will actually show you a lot of websites which aggregate all of the graduate schemes that are available in the UK right now and put them together for you in one place. So it's really easy, and some of them include Bright Network, which, like you can see, has a ton of graduate scheme openings right now. So if I were you, I would quickly look at all of them. There's also LinkedIn that you can absolutely check. There's Milkround and a lot more. If you're looking for more graduate openings beyond this, I would suggest you head over to LinkedIn and visit the pages of the companies that you're interested in and sign up for alerts and notifications. Follow the page so that when any graduate scheme openings do pop up, you do find out as soon as they come up. You should also keep an eye out for employer events or career fairs at your university, which is a brilliant place for you to meet the teams. And of course, definitely contact your university careers service and let them know that you are looking out for such programs. They will give you all the relevant information that they have. And most importantly, network. Now, either do that physically by attending networking annual events that keep happening throughout the UK, or by messaging people who happen to work at these companies that you're interested in on LinkedIn. Because here's the honest truth. Truth be told, everyone would rather work with somebody who somebody else knows. Referrals are really important, or a personal contact is really important when it comes to landing these jobs. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, for every job that was being posted in 2022, there were 39 applicants. It's very obvious that competition is tough. There are lots of people trying for these same graduate schemes. So obviously, you have to put your best foot forward. And how exactly do you do that? Now, here's the thing. A lot of companies use experience, your past experience, as a very important criteria. And if you've had some relevant experience, it's absolutely brilliant. But if not, you can always consider doing an internship. So if you have done an internship in something relevant, that would really count and increase your chances. What also helps is a work experience placement. And Insight Day, or even if you've taken a placement year, they all help in strengthening your case as to why you should get this graduate scheme placement. What also definitely helps is preparing a very strong application. And I always say, like your exams, your job interview or your applications are like exams. You have to prepare for them. So the question is, how much are you willing to prepare, right? So if I were you, I would start off by doing all of the research I could do. So read up on everything possible on that company, read the bulletins, read the articles, read news articles that are published on them, read everything that you can get your hands on. It's also important for you to understand what you're getting yourself into. So obviously, go through previous experiences of students who have been through these programs and read any advice that they have to offer, whether it's positive or negative. You should also strengthen your online application, and very often your university can help you with that, or you can find plenty of articles on the internet or videos on YouTube on how you can do that. It also is wise for a career advisor to have a look at your application before you submit it, especially if this is something really important. It's one of the important ones that you actually want to get through. Have someone take a look at it before you submit your application. And then it boils down to practice. If you can, practice mock interviews. Do a practice psychometric assessment test. You should also consider going to an assessment center workshop. It will give you an idea of what the group exercises, the tests, and the interviews look like, so you are prepared for the actual thing. And most importantly, remain positive no matter what, and do not give up, like I always say in all of my videos. Alright, I genuinely hope this video has helped you. If it has helped you, leave me a comment below and let me know. And if it hasn't, let me know how I can help you going forward. I wish you all the luck while you apply for these graduate schemes, and I would love to know if you actually land one of them. So remember to leave me a comment if that happens as well. Thanks for watching.